What is up, guys? My name is Joe, and this is a Photoshop CC beginner tutorial. And I got this idea from a friend who was asking questions about the new CC program after upgrading from the old version of Photoshop. So, if you have got Photoshop CC and just opened up from fresh, you probably won't see any of this, so don't worry. These are just my recent files, but you probably do see this new and open. So if you were working with Photoshop in the past, you'd have this option to open up a previous file that you were working on and click open, choose your file you're working on, click open, and it will open up as usual. Now the option that has confused people is the new tab. Now when you go into the new tab, you can see that I have my recent file options here, but you can also create your own file sizes right here where it says width and height, and then you can choose your pixels, whether that's inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, or pixels. Now, of course, then you can also rename it and then click on create. But I already have the HD TV 1080p 1920 by 1080 already selected, and this option is actually in the film and video option, and this is great for creating thumbnails for YouTube. Now, of course, you have your other options such as mobile, so if you're creating mobile apps or you want to do a mock design of an app, this gives you the sizes of the screen that you need to do. Now, this at the moment is only iPhone because that's what I use. But then, of course, then you probably can do Android as well and the different types of Android phones. Again, you also have a web tab. Again, something I use as well for doing mock-ups of websites for design-wise. And I usually just choose something like on the medium size. But it gives you the guidelines, which is really, really handy. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you open up the HD TV tab. So I'm click on create. Now I have this automatically set to go to a white background, but for this tutorial I'm going to create a new layer. So in order to do that, I go to layer, new, and layer. And I'm just going to call this BG for background. And then I'm going to the bucket tool and I'm going to paint it black. So with the black background, you can see that I have the guidelines right here at the moment. And I'm just going to go back to my move tool. So as you can see here, we have our inner one and we have our outer one. Our inner one is like where I have the mouse at the moment. It really kind of shows you your safe area. So if you place text in this area, you're pretty safe. Placing your image in this area, you're safe as well. Now I do suggest that if you are using an image that you stretch it out to match everything that's full there, but I'll have the main focus on here. But we'll ignore that for the moment. So again, I'm going to create a new layer. And with the new layer, there's an option here at the very bottom here. It says, as you can see there on the bottom right hand side there, beside the dustbin, you have new layer and then you have a folder to create folders or create groups. I'm going to click on new layer and I'm going to then go to place in a folder. And so what to do for this, I'm going to go to file and place embedded. I'm going to choose this lovely image of Pokemon and I'm going to place it in. Now this comes in that you can resize it, so if you hold down shift and click out and go again, and go again, go again, go again, and go again. Now I've oversized this a little bit much, but that's fine. So I'm going to hit enter because I'm happy with it. And now as you can see that there's a kind of a little gray kind of file thing that's actually on the image itself. Now this is because when I placed in the image it came in as an object. So in order for me to modify this, if I need to, if I right click and go to rasterize layer, it now becomes an editable image. So I can do whatever I like to this part of image. But however, I don't want to do anything to that. So I'm just going to lock the layer. So I'm going to use the lock all layer. Because I've only selected this layer, it's only locking that layer. Now we're moving on into writing some text onto the image. So I'm going to go to the text layer and I'm going to bring up my text here now and I'm going to type in Pokemon because we're doing Pokemon. And because the font doesn't allow me to do the fada, I'll just go back to normal E. Oh, oh no, I'll just go back to my E. My Photoshop decided to change my font, but not to worry. So we have Pokemon, and Pokemon text is pretty flat, so we can actually do things to this at the present to make it a little bit more cooler and stand out a bit more. But for me, what I personally will do for that is I will duplicate the layer. So right click and go to duplicate layer, and I'm going to call Pokemon 1. So this is our top layer. So I want to hide the top layer. So I'm going to see this eye thing. I'm going to uncheck that so it hides it. But I'm going to select our normal Pokemon layer. And with that then, I'm going down to the FX here, which is your effects panel. So I'm going to go to a drop shadow. Now you can automatically see that the drop shadow came in. So this is what I actually had it set to. Now this is, again, personal preference. I usually play around with this. It's a lot of fun to play around with different size formats. You can set the spread. It really doesn't really spread. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Size of the shadow depends on you. Um, I actually quite usually leave it at 0 because that's what looks well. Now here you have different options as well. So now I want to put a stroke on this. So as you can see, there's already a stroke coming in here because I already went about changing this. But what I did there was clicked on when I clicked on this color here, I went and I used the eyedropper to select the orange of Charmander, and I clicked OK. So now we have a drop shadow, and we also have a stroke on that. Now, if you really want to as well, you can do a color overlay, which is here. So if you click on color overlay, again, I picked the lovely color of Squirtle by doing the same thing I did with Charmander, and it shows that. I want to change it actually. I'm going to change it to maybe this red. That red. There we go. And as you can see, the color automatically gets picked up here. So you can click OK, and then OK it again. Now, if you're happy with that, then you can unhide your layer again. So you can just click this box here again, and everything. Oh, look, it's there. Back. Now, you're thinking, what happened to the work I just done? Now, what I usually do for things to make it stand out is I just move over everything just a little bit so it stands out just a little bit, gives that a little bit of a 3D look. Again, this is totally personal choice. So if you don't like that, you can play around with it. But that, everyone, is a very much a basic tutorial how to input an image into Photoshop, to stretch it out, to add text, to modify your text, and it's a program that you can just like totally just play around with. You can't really break it. It's all person preference when it comes to Photoshop. Now, if you are using two text layers and you want to move that text layer, if you click on one and just move it, you'll see that only one moves. So you're going to have to select both layers. So I would recommend holding down Shift, selecting both layers, and then moving it to wherever you want to move it. Now I'm moving this N is going to be kind of out of the safety zone, but it's still very much in the safe zone there. But yeah, everyone, this is just a very basic Photoshop tutorial to get you up and running. I will go into a little bit more depth if people want me to do a little bit more in depth on Photoshop. I have no issues doing it at all. But of course, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my video, which you can do over here. And also don't forget to watch my other previous videos. And if you like this video, please give it a good like. And if you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified when I upload. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. And on that note, everyone, take care, enjoy, and have fun with Photoshop. And don't be too scared to do something new. Alright, peace.